Jay Holly is his rap name. He was like, Jay Holly in the house. Jay Holly.
3 words to describe my dad would be authentic, humble, and strong.
John is really just a big, cuddly teddy bear marshmallow guy on the inside.
He's one of the tallest people I've ever known. I like to say that I've always looked up to him.
He's got that good old boy, all shucks kind of a way about him, and he makes people really feel good and at home. He's really very funny.
I think he's a man of his word. You know, he's a Texas guy. He stands by his word.
He likes to be who he is, and he will not change that no matter what, and that's important, to be authentic.
John is probably the best mentor that I've seen. I mean, people trust him. He truly cares about these individuals. He works really hard and takes the time to help them figure out where to go next. He's just an excellent mentor.
3 words that I think describe John best are great human being. I remember a story about a gentleman that had worked at Cafe Reconcile, was getting ready to go on a job interview, and John found out he didn't have a proper new suit of clothes that would be appropriate for the interview he was going for.
John immediately went to a men's store in town and bought him several suits and shirts and ties and dress shoes, etc. And he went on up to Washington, D.C., he met the president, and he actually won the award.
He truly, truly lives by example. And I don't think he would ever ask of his employees to do something that he wouldn't personally do himself.
One of the caretakers that were watching over John's dad during the last year of his life did an outstanding job. Those roles do not get paid very much, so John not only gave her extra money, but as I said, gave her a vehicle when hers broke down.
He gives back constantly. You look at the company he works for, Shell gives back constantly.
In the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina, Shell stepped up in a big way to financially support the Jazz and Heritage Foundation so that the Jazz Festival could go on. And just this past year, John extended that commitment another 5 years.
Their involvement in the community is tremendous. Now John takes it to the next level and makes it personal. He's involved in just about everything. Every corner you turn, John, Shell's the face of Shell, but really John's print is on that.
John's very passionate about the communities that he lives and works in, and he's done all he can. Whether it was in the U.S. or at the time he lived in Aberdeen in Scotland, working in the local community to try to help the community meet the needs that weren't being met in other forms.
When we were living in Scotland several years ago, John decided he was going to go to his first formal event in a kilt, which is formal attire for men in Scotland. So we went out, we hired a kilt. He put the thing on and he walks outside to get in the car, and the driver asked him if he's a full Scotsman. Well, John, not knowing what being a real Scotsman meant, he said, "Sure, I'm a real Scotsman." Well, what that really means is you're going commando. So John was thinking he was a full Scotsman, but he really wasn't.
So my dad's at this important conference with all these people from around the world, and they were kind of sharing important quotes to them that kind of motivate them in business. And so there's all these profound people that had all these profound words and everything. And my dad goes up there and he goes, "One of the most profound things that I've ever had was, if you ain't first, you're last," by Ricky Bobby. And all these people were like, "Who is Ricky Bobby? I've never even heard of him." And all the Americans, of course, were giggling because it's Talladega Nights. It just goes to show that my dad doesn't need to have all these profound quotes and that influence him, or to have all these, great philosophers' ideas that really, back him up on what he does.
It's been a tradition for the first preseason home game that the chair of the campaign for the United Way attempts a 20-yard field goal. And both John and I have shared that experience, and we both know how difficult that is.
With his competitive nature, you can imagine the preparation that went into that. And he said, "I do not want thousands of people to think that I am a tall, klutzy, uncoordinated old man." And I said, "Duh, that's exactly what you are, Hollowell."
neither one of us was successful with our field goal attempts. I'll leave it at that.
I don't remember the first time I met John. I feel like I've known him forever, and yet it has only been a few years. He has been a very active player with United Way throughout.
Knowing John like I do, I would say that John probably would say he's the lucky one for having worked with United Way.
He brings levity to the room. You know, there's not a board meeting that you don't have fun and you don't laugh with John while getting the business done.
John really does everything he can to help people in need.
Whether it's monetarily, whether it's just a helping hand, whether it's a kind word, whether it's an introduction to someone who can help him when he can't. John just wants to find that person that needs help.
He talks about how the United Way has helped thousands and thousands of people, not only in New Orleans, but across the country. And that is why he's proud to be a part of that organization.
You were always on my mind.
He loves his Aggies, he loves golf, he loves hunting, but he loves Whitney and Paula more than he loves anything in this world. He would step in front of a speeding bullet for either one of them.
Paula and Whitney obviously are extremely special to John.
John and his daughter Whitney have a very close relationship. John has a complete, total meltdown whenever Whitney just gives him that little batted eye look and that little, oh daddy, please kind of thing. She can get anything out of him. It's pretty amazing.
I always tried to surprise people. That's something that I love to do. I would always kind of sneak into his conference room, and there's like this big pad of paper, and I would just always write big, I love you, Daddy. Like, my dad's so awesome. And someone walks in and like, his daughter loves him a lot. Huh.
In the past 31 years of my life, I don't think I'd change a thing. Everything we've gone through that's been difficult, we've learned from, and it's bonded us closer together. I kind of like the guy.
John, the Alexis de Toqueville Society each year selects an individual who has a commitment to philanthropy, service, and leadership. I cannot think of an individual who demonstrates those characteristics better than you. Congratulations, my friend.
Congratulations, John. Good job and well deserved.
Congratulations, Dad, on your award tonight. I love you so much, and I'm so proud of you.
John, congratulations on your nomination for the Alexis de Toqueville Award. I can't think of anybody on the planet that deserves it more than you. I'm so very proud of you.
On behalf of all of us at the office, from the new hires through the retirees and your weekend golfing buddies, a sincere congratulations.
This is such a true honor for us to actually bestow this award on you. And so on behalf of all of us, thank you for your leadership and service to United Way, and congratulations.
No one deserves it more. No one has done a better job than you've done, and no one has set a better example than you.
New Orleans is a safer and better place because you're here. Thank you.
So if I say anything bad about John, you guys are going to just wipe that out. John, congratulations. What a night. You have really done a great job for our organization, but more importantly for our community, for our United Way, and you truly are a great example of success for others to follow. I hope that they will be able to fit in your shoes.